What's up, guys? IceMaN here, bringing you episode 2 of my Q&A series, part 3. And the first question is by Busy D13. He asked me, when's the last time you cried and what was it because of? I'd say the last time I cried was about 2 or 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago. It was about my dad, and it was because just seeing him kill himself slowly every day with that alcohol, drinking liquor every day, just really got to me over the years. You know, I've been dealing with it since I was 13 or 14. And I'd say probably that's really the only reason I ever cry is because of my dad. Oh man, I'm getting tired. The next question is by him again, and he said, are you afraid to end up like your dad? Have you contemplated suicide? No, I'm not afraid to end up like my dad because, you know, I've seen what it causes and I've seen what he goes through. And I see how depressed he is because of alcohol. And, you know, I'm just not going to let that happen to myself because, you know, I've lived with it my whole life, and I don't want to end up like that. And no, I've never contemplated suicide. You gotta think, you're here on this earth for a purpose. You were that 1 out of 1,000,000 sperm cells that reached your, the egg. So you're obviously here for a reason, and that reason is not to end your own life. So never contemplate suicide, guys. Your life isn't that bad. You know, you might think it is, but there's people in Africa starving, just straight, you can see their bones, they would die for a crumb of bread, and they're not killing themselves. So just think about your life and how bad do you really have it, you know. And the next question is by Harry Bondink. He said, what are all the drugs you've done and what are they like? Alright, it's kind of a personal question, but I'll go ahead and answer it anyways because I'm going to let my past be the past. I went through a bad phase when I was 17 or 18 years old. 17 to 19 years old, I was doing a lot of different drugs. I've smoked weed, I've done ecstasy, I've done acid, I've done cocaine, I've done MDMA, which is the pure form of ecstasy, which is, street name Molly. And I haven't done meth or heroin or anything like that, but I can't really describe to you what it's like. Cocaine basically just gives you a rush, and you're constantly, you're uppity. You don't want to sit in one place. Your head is just going a mile a minute, and your heart's going a mile a minute too. Acid is, you're not seeing leprechauns, you're not seeing, fucking dragons flying around. You're seeing stuff that's real, but it's constantly moving. Everything's moving. Your world's basically spun. If you look at planks, if you look at, let me think. If you're looking at a fence, the planks on the fence, they might be doing this, just waving. Basically, if you look at blinds on a window, they're probably waving like this. But basically everything that's real is just moving. If there's a whole bunch of spots on the street, they'll be moving around on the street. Or the road, instead of just being flat, it'll look like, it has waves going through it. Same with shrooms. I've done shrooms too. It's pretty much the same, except when you trip on shrooms, it's more of, it hits you at different times. You might think, oh, I'm not tripping anymore, and then 30 minutes later, or less, 5 minutes later, you'll start tripping again. It comes at you in waves, as to where acid comes at you non-stop. You first start out, you get a body high at first, where your body feels really good and relaxed, and then you start peaking, and that's when you start getting visuals. It's pretty intense. Ecstasy just makes you feel really good. You're at peace with yourself. You want to talk to everybody. You love life. You want to touch everything. Everything feels good to you. Sex is amazing. Everything's better, basically, when you're on ecstasy. That's why people love having sex on it. What haven't I not said? Weed. Weed just relaxes you. There's nothing big on that. You don't trip on weed. It just relaxes you. You just feel good, basically. Let me think. What else? I think I covered all that. The next question is, why did you copy Nismo Joe's good round idea? I know you deny it, but you have been on his channel in the past making fun of him. I just want to know if you really did copy him and why. If not, where did you get the idea? By Mr. Pop Your Cherry X. No, I did not copy Nismo Joe. I've been on his channel in the past because he's commented on my videos making fun of me, and I went on his channel to comment back because he blocked. No, he didn't block me, because I just wanted to make sure he saw it, and I was tired of him coming on my channel. So I just went on his channel. And that guy's the biggest fag ever. I mean, he is just, anybody can agree with me. If you've had a conversation with him, he's a fucking fag. And fag as in, you know, he's not gay, of course, but he's just a douchebag. I used to have him added on Skype, and, you know, I used to talk to him, and one day I was like, yo, man, we should do a dual com. And he was like, get the fuck out of here, faggot, get blocked, or some shit like that, for no reason. And just basically, he's a fucking asshole. And the good round idea came from when Like Butter posted his clutch sauce episode about all his good clutches. You know, I was thinking of a way I could modify that idea and not steal his idea. So instead of my best clutches put together in a video, I did my best rounds put together in a video. I honestly did not know that Nismo Joe had a good round series, because I've never even watched a video in my entire life of Nismo Joe's, other than his first Gears of War montage back in Gears of War 1 when it had like 1 million views. That was the only video of his I watched, and it was bad, so I never watched another one of his videos. So no, I didn't copy him. The next question is, are you going to do any live streams or open lobbies soon? By Dalton1333. I hope to do a lot of open lobbies and live streams soon. I'm getting an Elgato Game Capture HD. It's coming in tomorrow before 4:30 p.m. The reason why I haven't been doing any live streams or open lobbies is because I can't capture my gameplay and stream at the same time with the Blackmagic. So that's why I got the Elgato, because it's not an internal capture card and I can do both at the same time. So yeah, open lobbies and live streams will be coming soon, guys. And a big thing with Elgato, I actually sent them a message, and they want to send me a free Elgato capture card, so I'll be doing a giveaway on my channel soon for one of those. The next question is, have you ever been to Maryland, and if so, what city? By J-Shock. Yeah, I've been to Maryland. I was in Baltimore. I went when I was 8 years old to watch a Baltimore versus Indian game. And it was a lot of fun. It was a good city, from what I can remember. I mean, I was only 8, but you know, so everything was a big city to me when I was 8 years old. But yeah, I remember having a fun time. The next question is, does your dad know you're known on YouTube? By Z Dusk. Yeah, he does. He doesn't really understand it all, but he knows that I'm popular on YouTube. He's seen my T-shirts. You know, he's seen how many views I get. And he thinks it's really cool. He just doesn't really understand it. You know, he's kind of a he's kind of a technology noob. Wow, I just had my tongue tied there. Next question is by OG Emotions. Have you ever had sex with Jill? Next question. So have you always had your buzzed haircut? You should grow it out just to see how it looks. Laugh out loud. By X Jesus. No, I haven't always had my haircut buzzed. I used to grow it out. My hair used to like come around here. It used to be long. I'll show you guys a picture. I actually put a picture on Twitter. You know, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll get a lot of, you know, personal stuff. You know, I always post on Twitter. And the last question is by ERIDANISNADIR. I'm not going to even try and pronounce that. Iridian's Nader, I guess. Have you ever lost a close friend or family member? If so, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've lost a really close friend of mine. Where's this picture? Oh, it's right here. He got shot in downtown Richmond. He got shot in the back of the head when he was 15 years old during a drug deal. You know, he was my best friend. We hung out every day. And it just sounded like I shit my pants. My bed is really squeaky. But yeah, I've lost a lot of good friends. I had 2 of my friends, Travis and Jordan. They played on my football team. They actually drowned in a lake. I can walk to the lake. It's not even a mile away from my house. It's like literally like right over there through the woods. And they drowned in a lake about 5 years ago. And I've also lost my great grandfather. He died when I was about 8 years old. I lost my great uncle. He died about 7 years ago. I lost my... Who else have I lost? I lost my grandmother's brother. So I never met him, but you know, I had to go to his funeral, and I had to see him. You know, I had to do the open casket session. There's so many people in my family that have died. You know, my grandparents are still around. I mean, I was, you know, my grandparents had kids early, and my great grandparents had kids early. So my grandparents are only like 60 years old, and you know, my parents are like 49. And my grandparents are, I think, are like 65 to 70-ish. So, you know, I got a young family, so I've had time to, you know, see and, you know, and see them go. It's pretty sad. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this questions and answers. I actually have 10 more questions to answer, and I'll be posting this video tomorrow or the next day, and it will be coming soon. Just hold tight, guys, and I'll let you guys know when you can ask more questions, because as of right now the questions are done. I'll probably in a few weeks or so I'll post another video asking you guys to ask me more questions for another episode, for episode 3. Take care, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.